Hello and welcome to another Modern Toy Fair review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Jada Toys Mega Man. As always, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and feelings are if you've picked this up or if you're still on the fence. And of course, stick around to the end of the video so you see all the photos I took. But that's enough chitter chatter, let's go ahead and get at her. Alright, let's take a look at how he turned out. So I really like how the face looks on this. Like, they did a great job of capturing his likeness with that little smirk, his nose sculpted on there. Got just the black lines going around the eyes as well, on the sides, and then the blue pupils. His helmet has the little like ear holes with the red and little sculpted lines in there. Got the light blue bars, the dark blue, well, I guess more normal blue helmet going around the rest of it. Gray neck. Got this lighter blue to match everything else with the torso and the arms. Got the normal kind of royalish dark blue, whatever you want to call it, for the forearms and the hands. Some great sculpt there. And then you do have his little underoos in that kind of darker blue as well. And then you have the light blue going down for the thighs into his giant boots, which I feel like these are those boots that people have been wearing in the fashion world, those like giant yellow ones, just in blue. Anyway, so these have like a nice shine to them. I like the difference. Like, you have the matte finish on the legs and the arms and the chest, but then his armor pieces actually have like a shine to them. That's a really nice touch. It also almost like has, you can see like it changes. Maybe it's just the shading on it or something, but it looks like it goes from like lighter to like darker. Or maybe I'm crazy. Let me know if you see it too. Oh, and I just now realized this. He also has the little red bits on the bottom too. All right, that's pretty cool. And then on the back of his helmet has the little vents. You got more just smooth everywhere. You do have more of that like light to dark ratio on his butt though, which is an interesting choice. I don't know if that's it rubbing off or what. Also, he flat as can be, Jesus. And then more boots. So yeah, I'm really happy with how he looks and how he turned out. Okay, so on to articulation. Got the head, it has the joint at the top of the neck, which is a little ball peg. And then you do have one that goes into the bottom of the neck. Pop that back in. So you get a bunch of tilt, up, down, all the way around. Arms can go up to 90, rotate all the way around. No bicep swivel or butterflies because of how tiny he is. You also have single joint elbows, which only go to about there, which not great, but for how tiny it is, I'll let it pass. And then you do have the wrist articulation, which this is a little bit hindered because of the cuff with his gauntlets, but not terrible. And then you have a cut at the abdomen here, tons of rotation, decent amount forward, back, legs go out to the side, about 90 to the front. You can get some back, but it kind of rotates around where his butt is, so like it's not terrible. You also have the rotation at the hip, have rotation at the knee because it is single jointed, which you also have the rotation at the elbow. I don't know if I mentioned that, I can't remember. But yeah, so single jointed knee goes to about there. And then you have the ankle pivot, which I believe is a front facing pin, but it's got a decent amount of range back, just none forward. Like, very, very little. You do have quite a bit of tilt side to side though. So you can realistically get him in any of the poses you want him in. Moving on to accessories though, you do have this alternate head sculpt, which I'm going to bring it in a little bit closer here. Maybe if I can get, nope, can't get the camera focus. There we go. All right, so you can see you've got that kind of almost like a angry face. Like in the camera, it looks like he's like almost like smiling and grinning from the side, but it's definitely more of like a grrr kind of face. Angry eyes as well. The rest of the sculpt, however, pretty much identical. You also get two swappable hands, so you have this kind of like almost like cupping hand, like it kind of like wrap around his blaster. And you also have the sprawled out hand, which could also, I guess, go around the blaster. Speaking of the blaster, We've got that here, which it does have the little charge bar on the side there with the dashes actually molded in. We've got the red in the middle there. And the way this actually goes on is pretty easy. You can choose either side. Let's do right for now just because it's here, maybe. So you do want to be careful because it's so tiny you don't want to break it, but it just pops out. You pop that in, and now he's rocking the blaster. And it does have articulation, so it's single jointed elbow still, but it does give you some options. And then to go with that though, you do have this little energy ball effect, which let me refocus here. There we go. So this actually has quite a bit of sculpt to it. I don't know if I can zoom in. There we go. You can see it has all the molding on there to give it kind of like a blasty, like flamey look. Also comes with a opposable arm, just like the Street Fighter stuff does. And the only thing I would wish is I wish it had like a clear piece that would like attach to the blaster itself. I feel like that would be nicer. But beyond that, I really like the like yellow to orange they got going there with the transparent plastic. And when you pose them, like, that looks perfectly fine. Like, I have no problems with it. I just wish we had more options to attach it to the figure. On to some size comparisons. So first up, we are going to do a Mafex Spider-Man. Oop, nope. Oh. Shit. Alright, let me redo this here. There we go. So we have him with the Mafex Spider-Man and the Final Swing No Way Home Marvel Legends Spider-Man. As you can see, he is about bicep or shoulder height to both of them. This one's got a little bit of a lean to him because the way I have him posed. They actually both kind of do. There we go. So he's just like at the bicep, like swivel. So not terrible. I mean, he's supposed to be a smaller character, so it makes sense. So let's take them out. And then we're going to add in NECA Donatello and the Jada Toys Street Fighter Ryu. And Ryu is actually, he's about, maybe, once again, I think maybe bicep cut. Like, he's pretty decent there. And then on Donnie, he's more, he's below bicep cut, it looks like. Maybe just above elbow, somewhere in between. And we'll take them out, which of course means we have to have the G.I. Joe Classified Pimp Daddy Destro and the Marvel Legends Jon Favreau. And with these being Hasbro, they are a little bit taller, so he falls more in between that bicep area between the elbow and the cut on Jon Favreau, and maybe even closer to the elbow here on Pimp Daddy Destro. And get them out of the way, which means you know who's next. It is the biggest and beefiest of boys, the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Armadillo, who barely fits in the frame, and he is pretty much at wrist like height. Like that is hilarious to me. But that makes sense because, you know, biggest, beefiest of boys. Also, his hips are all sorts of cattywampus. So last up we have the box art. So this is very much reminiscent of the Street Fighter line, except for it's more of like almost like a game cartridge instead of being an arcade cabinet. So you've got the Mega Man logo up top, you've got the little energy bar there, got a picture of him, Mega Man, don't put this in your mouth, all that fun stuff. You see it does have a flat front instead of having that arcade kind of cabinet like bulky front. You've got a tiny little Mega Man there, got logos on the sides. The top has that window so you can see down to it and light it up. Got all the no kids allowed and all that fun stuff at the bottom. And then on the back, it shows you also available and his accessory, like Energy Blast, the other figures in Wave 1, and some of the other figures they have planned, and then all the information for Jada Toys at the bottom. So I really like that they're keeping up with the kind of video game aesthetic for these boxes. Like, it's really cool, and I'm an Outbox collector, and I'm still like keeping these just because how cool they are. And I've been actively trying to stop keeping boxes. So thank you, Jada Toys, for that. Okay, so overall, I really like how this turned out. There is a little bit of hindrance with some of the articulation, but for how tiny he is, I kind of get it. You're not going to get that kind of figure arts or Figma level articulation, which those, let's be honest, with how tiny those joints get, tend to break. So I'm very much okay with it. I do like the accessories he came with. I kind of wish he would have came in with one that had like a piece that actually attached to his blaster instead. So like maybe like a clear piece that like connected into the hole or something like that, instead of just having the little like stand. Like it's still nice, but I just feel like it hinders it if you want to do like anything that's more than a few inches like off ground. But yeah, beyond that, I'm super excited. I can finally start doing some Marvel vs. Capcom photos. And if you're a fan of the channel, you know how much I'm a fan of Marvel vs. Capcom and how excited I am. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and feelings are. If you were on the fence, if this swayed you one way or the other. And of course, make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see all the photos I took. But if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Helps us out and gets you a bunch of toy-related content in your feed. We have reviews, how to pose videos. We have a weekly live stream, weekly podcast, and weekly toy hunts. Right now I'm on the hunt for the Jada Toys Ken from the Street Fighter line. So if you want to check that out, you can head over to the channel and watch the toy hunt videos each week. We do Wednesday and Saturday for those. And if you're already a fan of the channel, you can head over to patreon.com/Modern Toy Fair. We have a bunch of different tiers of different rewards. You can get access to certain videos early. You can get physical prints of all the photos I take. And you can also have input on the podcast and the channel itself. We have a couple tiers with some 7-day free trials, so you can try it before you buy it. Link will be in the description below. Greatly appreciate if you could check that out. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully see you in the next one. The same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.